Folks, welcome to All In today. I hope you heard my little tease as we were getting ready. Let's talk houses, all right? Specifically, how the heck are you going to pay for it? Because let's be frank, and we're going to talk to Richard more about this, but that's probably, for most of us, the biggest thing we'll ever buy, and there's so many things out there with regarding that, and let's face it, you're not going to pay cash for the house in most instances. You're going to finance it out, so why not work with a pro to learn how to do it and how to save that all-important money so you can decorate it when you're ready to go. Richard Schaefer, he's our guest in studio. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
NorthPointe Bank.
Yes, sir.
Now let's get this up front. I've known Richard a long time, and if I didn't like the guy, he wouldn't be in here today. So that's we talk about all the time about relationship marketing. We have a relationship, have for a long time, and I've always admired what you do.
Thank you, Brian.
And you're with NorthPointe Bank now.
Yes, sir.
And let's back up, because you're relatively new to NorthPointe, but you're no way new to this industry, right? How long have you been doing what you do?
1999, so I'm celebrating an anniversary this year.
Happy 20-year anniversary.
20-year wedding anniversary, too.
Oh, geez, 20 years is a big time for you.
99 was a good year for me.
A great year for you, and a great year for your wife, of course, but also do you even have any idea how many people you've helped over the years get houses?
God.
I should have told you beforehand.
But a couple of thousand.
It really is that many.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing, folks, is let's be honest. Speaking for myself, I may buy 3-4 houses in my life. He's already helped a couple of thousand people do it, so who's going to know more about it, this guy or that guy? So you started doing this 20 years ago with another company, and frankly, you did really, really, really well. I know that. So what got you to the point to where you said, I want to go with NorthPointe? What? I'm sure there's people coming at you all the time. Why NorthPointe?
Well, business is cyclical in the mortgage business and the real estate business, and so was always working for mortgage bankers before. Mm-hmm. And you're licensed in Texas, and that's where you do business. NorthPointe is an FDIC insured lender, so we can do business in all 50 states. So wherever I'm at, if it slows down, I can move to a different state. I have friends and relatives in different states that I can work with. So it kind of expands my business, makes it broader.
Okay, makes it broader, but you're still doing the same thing.
Same
for people. And that same thing, frankly, is helping people find their dreams.
Absolutely.
Helping them afford their dreams.
Absolutely.
What a great feeling that would be.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It really is. And the other thing I would tell you about NorthPointe is the big banks offer mortgages so that they don't lose your depository business. They want to keep your money in the bank.
Oh, okay.
That's not their specialty.
Yeah.
NorthPointe is a bank like that, except the one bank branch that we have drives the mortgage operation. So we have one branch for banking. It drives
the whole mortgage operation?
44 loan centers.
Oh, my.
So it's a different kind of concept with a bank.
Okay.
We are mortgage focused.
Well, and that's good to know, because it's not just one of a variety of products that a lot of the big guys have out there. You are mortgage focused,
right.
and as I said, I mean, honestly, that really is the biggest thing that most of us are going to buy.
Absolutely.
And it's so important. What's some things I need to know when I'm looking for the mortgage banker to help me out as a consumer?
Well, you want somebody who works with a team.
Mm-hmm.
You have a team that's local, processing and underwriting. You want somebody with experience, and you want somebody who works on a relational basis. What I mean by that is, I'm not interested in your mortgage. I'm interested in your business for the rest of your life.
Nice.
Same thing with realtors. I'm interested in not the one transaction, but all the transactions after that. It's interesting because I've had the same cell phone number for probably about 15 years now, and I get phone calls from previous clients all the time. I just recently had one from a client that I closed a loan for about 8 years ago, and he was looking to do a refinance.
Hey, Richard, you still in this business?
Absolutely. And he said, I see the 30-year rates are getting lower. I want to refinance. He was going to dial the clock back 8 years and go back to 30-year to save a few $100s a month. Yeah. So what I did was I kind of analyzed the situation, and we looked at doing a 20-year loan. Payment went up a little bit, but we took some cash out, paid off about $1,000 a month worth of high-interest credit card debt.
Okay.
Then we took $500 of the savings and applied that towards the principal. So we saved him 2 years on the mortgage that he was going to pay off in 22. Got a 20-year loan, and then applying that additional $500 a month is going to pay the loan off in 7 years and save about $40,000.
$40,000 in interest.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's strategy.
That's right.
that is strategery.
Strategery,
as some
absolutely.
presidents would say. But no, seriously, the strategy, that's the type of thing you bring to the table, not just with NorthPointe, but you as a 20-year veteran in this industry. Right. Because I wouldn't think of that. I'm a pretty smart, creative kind of guy. But by golly, if I go to Richard Schaefer and you come up with something like that, count me in for life. And not just that, referrals. And referrals have to be a huge part of what you do as well.
Absolutely, and that's what I mean by being relational. Mm-hmm. Those folks send me business. I get business from folks I've done business with currently doing closing mortgages and from realtors. And it's all about making the transaction smooth for the customer and making sure that we get to the closing on time and we get the right program. And in the situation they were in, they were looking for the wrong program. So if I were a transactional loan officer, okay, 30 years, let's go.
Yeah,
Close it.
exactly.
But we did all that kind of strategizing, and we still closed it in 21 days.
In 21 days. Okay, and let me tell you this about Richard too, because I was reading notes, because I've known you for a long time. I haven't known you professionally. I mean, I know your profession and everything, but I haven't used you professionally. So reading the notes, one thing that really sets you aside from other people in your business that I've used before is the fact you're there the whole time. You show up at closing.
Absolutely.
You're there for me at closing. Explain why you do that.
Well, a few reasons. Number one, the escrow officer, and I work with a lot of very good escrow officers, they may not understand every single document. And when they're trying to explain that, it's very important to get it right. So if I'm there, if there's something they get stuck on, they don't understand it, or they don't have it maybe quite right, I'm there. Also, the realtors always go to their closings. And so if I'm working with a specific realtor on that transaction, I want them to know how important that piece of business is to me.
Yeah.
Not to mention that neither the realtor, the escrow officer, or the client is going to be any happier with me than they are on the day they're signing those papers.
Absolutely.
So it's a great place, a great time to seal the relationship and to ask for referrals.
Well, and again, as we touched on at the first part of this segment too, it's got to be that feel-good moment for you too, because when all the writer's cramp is done, you've been working with these people for some time, and man, you did it.
It's a lot of fun across the board when somebody's buying a house. It's always a good time. Everybody's happy. I really enjoy working with first-time home buyers because that is the pinnacle of what they've done. They might be 20, they might be 40.
Yeah.
But as you said, it's usually the biggest investment.
Sure it is.
And a first-time home buyer doesn't really ever know if they're going to get there.
No.
And you coach them along, and you're asking them for things, and you're talking to them about the conditions, but there's always a little bit of doubt because they're thinking, am I really going to buy this house?
They haven't done it.
Exactly.
But they can get to the end and say, by golly, Richard Schaefer, you've been here with me every step, and you've told me how this is going to go, and here we are, and we did. I mean, there's got to be tears.
Oh, it is.
On your end.
It is
and
sometimes.
their end,
It
everybody's
is sometimes.
end. But it's important, too, when you're talking about dealing with the realtors and the escrow officers and stuff, your relationship within the industry is huge. And so I'm sure it happens. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm going to, and if I'm wrong, kick me. But it's got to be to the point to where somebody's working with a realtor and they say, man, do you know anybody that get, as a matter of fact, I do, because they're going to remember what you've done.
Right. The realtor relationship is very important because the realtor develops a relationship with their client before they ever get them to me. They've spoken to them on the phone. They've sent them ideas for homes to look at. And it's usually a very personal, one-on-one, close-up relationship. For a realtor to trust me with that, which is their relationship and their referrals down the road,
yes,
you have to treat that very, very delicately and properly and professionally. Because if that realtor goes through a transaction where they referred me and it does not go well, and it's a purchase transaction, so there's another agent on the other side, there could be another transaction behind that one. You might have three realtors involved. Those three realtors are going to talk.
Yeah.
And the one that referred me, if I make them look bad, is not going to really be looked at very favorable by the other two the next time there's a contract coming down.
But they are going to talk.
They are going to talk. And hopefully they're saying good things, and that's why I do the things I do.
Well, and it pays off because, frankly, not everybody goes the extra step that you do. But then again, not a lot of people have been doing it for 20 years either.
That's true.
Like you have. So big coup to NorthPointe for bringing you on board. And so you're based here in Arlington, even though you can work everywhere, but you're in Arlington, Texas.
Right across from Rolling Hills Country Club.
Oh, very nice. Down up off Lamar.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that place too. There's been a lot of work done in recent years on that place as well.
Absolutely.
But I like everything that you do. Speaking as a homeowner myself, I can remember back buying my first house. It was a scary deal. But I wish I'd had Richard Schaefer there with me.
I wish I'd have been there.
But maybe next time. It was over 20 years ago, so we'll get that on the table. Folks, that's Richard Schaefer. He's with NorthPointe Bank, and he is the guy that you need to be looking at when you're going to purchase a new home, refinance an existing home, a variety of things. If you need money, you need NorthPointe Bank, and specifically Richard Schaefer. Richard, thank you so much for coming all in with us.
Enjoyed it.
Thanks for all you do to help people realize their dreams.
Thank you.
Great guy here, folks. You need to check him out. Take care.